Okay, welcome to That's Good Sports podcast. I am here with the dude to talk about Will's post Super Bowl hangover, a little bit of Broncos coaching news, XFL starting this weekend, Oscars also happening this weekend. So we're really just going to hodgepodge our way through this bullshit. I just really want to be authentic with you today, Will. I don't know if that's possible. I'm so guarded around you, but
it's the name of the game on this show. Authenticity.
Authenticity.
That's all we asked for.
I was on Twitter today, and I saw that tornado was trending. Mm-hmm. So I clicked on tornado, and there was a tornado in Charlotte. And then I was like, oh, shit, my wife is in Charlotte right now for business. And yep. I checked with her. She is safe and alive. And I just wanted to update everybody that my wife was in harm's way, and I didn't know what to do.
Yeah, that's a weird one.
I lived in Wichita.
Nothing you could really do.
No. I lived in Wichita, Kansas for a little over 6 years, and she's flew to Charlotte one time so far in her life and got closer to a tornado than I ever did in 6 years.
Yeah, well, the tornadoes in Kansas, they just suck you up into like a very colorful world with witches and
true.
And tin men, and
they're not dangerous. They're
what are those, dwarves, elves? Like the little. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, what were they?
I think
not Oompa Loompas. That's
yeah, they're Oompa Loompas.
they're Oompa Loompas. It's like tornadoes in Kansas are like a DMT trip.
Yeah.
Which
probably a good thing you never got to experience one.
Yeah, neither you or I have done DMT, but I think if we mention it, they will put this podcast in the recommendations with Joe Rogan, so we might get more popular that way. Yeah,
there we go. Oh, speaking of Joe Rogan, he endorsed a political candidate for president.
Kinda.
I think it's about time we do the same.
Yeah, we do need to endorse a political candidate. That's just what you do when you have a underwhelmingly successful podcast.
Yeah, we need to stir up controversy. Also, we need to make sure we piss off at least half of the people that listen.
Yeah. Nothing brings people together like saying what you believe in politically.
Yep. God knows we have both.
It's so funny. I don't know. I don't understand why people get so upset about anything anymore.
Really? Yeah, it's just not worth it. After I lost all my ability to get upset about anything after the Super Bowl.
Yeah, it affected you.
I retreated into a dark hole, and I have yet to get out of there.
Will sent me a video of himself crying and spilling beer as he drank it alone.
I drank many beers at the party, and then I got home and drank more beer.
Yeah. You also told me that you had to keep it together at the party because there were girls around, which I thought.
Well, you can't cry in front of women.
Yeah, I thought it was really funny.
No, I mean, they like it when if you cry about stuff that's worth crying about, that's one thing. But to cry about your least favorite team winning the Super Bowl is, that's not going to go over well.
Yeah,
you probably won't get invited back next year.
No.
So, no, I'm proud of myself for waiting until I could share it with you.
Why is Will over in the corner crying? He didn't want that team. He didn't want that team to win that game.
Yeah, my family just died. Do you want to go home? No, not really. I don't have a home anymore. It felt like a death.
Did it?
Like a death.
I was surprised at how much I didn't care that they won. I think I learned so watching the Patriots win 6 Super Bowls, I think calloused me. And, when the Patriots won their first Super Bowl, I didn't care because
No, of course not.
I didn't know what run they were going to go on. I didn't know who the fuck Tom Brady really was. And he was actually, likable back then because he was an underdog and you didn't know who the hell he was.
Yeah.
The Chiefs could go on a run. They could win more Super Bowls, and each one they win, I will like them less. But really, like, my philosophy in rooting for teams that aren't the Broncos, just in sports in general, are like, I pull for underdogs. So, and not that the Chiefs were underdogs, but they hadn't been to a Super Bowl in 50 years. So, like, I don't know. Since they hadn't won one, I guess I just really didn't care that they won. I think a lot of Broncos fans are worried that they can't lord that over them anymore.
Yeah, of
Personally,
course I am.
I look forward to the challenge of talking shit. So that doesn't bother me. But yeah, the Broncos still have more Super Bowl wins. They're going to have 2 Hall of Fame quarterbacks. There's lots of ammunition there. I'm not too worried. So
3 Hall of Fame quarterbacks.
Who's the third?
The one on the roster.
Oh, Drew Lock. Yes.
Yeah.
And if Drew Lock's good, then there's going to be some really incredible football to follow. But I don't know. You don't know until you experience the game. And I was pulling for the 49ers, like harder than I thought I would be. And then I was indifferent, I guess.
Yeah, it was a terrible. I guess it was a terrible showing for Kyle Shanahan to blow a lead at the end of 2 Super Bowls with 2 different teams.
Yeah,
basically for the same reason, just not handing the ball off. You think he would have learned? Sure didn't.
No.
If you told me that Jimmy Garoppolo was going to throw 31 times in that game and the 49ers were going to hand the ball off to their running back 17 times, I'd be like, yeah, they're going to lose by 50.
Yeah, I think, like, look, the Chiefs and their offense, they played good in the clutch, right? They played well, but even Mahomes, like, he didn't have a good game, and then in the last 8 minutes or whatever, he played, really solid football. But he threw his second pick at in the fourth quarter, and the 49ers got the ball back, and that's when they went like 3 and out, or they got a first down on a run and then did nothing after that. I forget exactly, but that's where they made the mistake of not taking more time off, not running the ball. It was that series. Like, if you're Kyle Shanahan, like, that's the one you're going to go back to in your mind and just be like, what the fuck? What the fuck?
Right. It's like they kind of outsmarted themselves and tried to do kind of what the Broncos did against the Falcons, their second Super Bowl, where everyone's gearing up to stop the run because you have Terrell Davis, and so you drop back more than usual. And then there was just no reason for them to do it, really, because like Kansas City's weakness is their run defense. And literally all they could have done that whole game is hand off to Mostert and Coleman, play action to Kittle, jet sweeps to Deebo Samuel, and take a couple shots maybe to Sanders. And they really didn't do that very well at all.
No.
I mean, they had a chance to Sanders, and then Garoppolo just airmailed it. I mean, it was tighter coverage than I think people were making it out to be. It would have had to be a really good throw, but
but that's what you expect your quarterback to make, is a really good throw.
Yeah.
When you need him to. And I think, like, with that ball is like Sanders didn't even have a chance to catch it. If it was like, if it was close, if you got a fingertip on it, you're just like, whatever. But like, that's the type of throw we've seen like Brady make. You see, like, Peyton would make those deep throws. Because they don't have to do it a lot in a game, and when it's there, they hit. But neither quarterback was really good. Well, Jimmy G was pretty solid until the fourth quarter. Mahomes was very pedestrian until the fourth quarter, and then they just switched roles. George Kittle was a non-factor. Richard Sherman got torched.
Toasted.
I saw this stat.
He gave up. He was targeted 6 times for 6 completions and something was it 90 yards?
77 yards and a touchdown.
70.
A perfect passer rating.
Yeah.
He couldn't have played worse, basically.
Pretty much, yeah. Now people are talking about him moving to safety. It's okay, calm down. He had one bad game against the Chiefs.
Yeah, and it was just it's a mismatch.
Maybe pump the brakes.
We said they should have just put Sherman on George Kittle or Travis Kelce. Sherman's honestly, a physical guy who lacks a little bit of speed. That's what you should have done. But
not that Kelce was a huge factor in this game, but didn't really need him to be for most of it, aside from the touchdown at the goal line. But I think we talked about it before the game. Is that Sherman's a physical guy, and putting him up against Tyreek Hill is just a total mismatch.
Hill, Watkins, Hardman, all of those guys have the strength against Sherman.
Yeah, pretty much. So
because Watkins burnt him that big play late in the fourth quarter with Sammy Watkins, which what are you gonna do?
Nothing.
What do you think about there was the whole timeout situation before halftime, which Shanahan definitely should have called a timeout there. I get that he was probably thinking, I don't want to give the Chiefs the ball back, understandably, but I don't know. I think 99 coaches would have used their timeout there. And then they got a big play right away from Jeff Wilson, and then they got screwed on that pass interference call. What do you think of the Kittle pass interference call? I guess.
I don't think you should call it there in that game.
No, it seemed looking back at it, the push off was so small. It just the other types of contact they were allowing in that game, it seemed like a really, really bad call.
Yeah, and it wasn't a jump ball or anything. It was a perfectly thrown pass. To give credit to Garoppolo. And you probably didn't need to push even, but
no, but there was some mutual
it's just something that happens. That's pretty normal contact between a receiver and a defensive back or linebacker, whoever it was.
It was Dirty Dan Sorensen.
They got 2 big pass interference calls go against them in that game. The second one not as egregious, but that set up the Chiefs at the one.
Oh, that Travis Kelce one?
Yeah.
Yeah. The NFL rule that the defender has to turn and face the ball is so stupid.
It is, yeah. It's it's so hard to be a defensive back already. I think it's definitely the hardest position aside from quarterback. It's the hardest non-quarterback position. Yeah. So
I get I get why they called that second one, but if all you can do is put your arms up in front of the ball catcher, you should be able to do it. And if some contact happens because the receiver's trying to get to the ball, that's what it is, right? You can't impede the receiver's path to the ball.
Or you can't, that's the thing is you can if you're turned around the other way.
Yeah, it's stupid.
Have a problem with you jumping in front of the ball, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
You can't use your back to block the ball. I don't know, man.
It's a weird rule. That rule's been around a long time, but
right. It just looks awkward.
It looked like he didn't touch Kelce, I don't know. But yeah, you got to the 49ers got the 2 bad calls, but they had every opportunity to win that game. The George Kittle one took away 3 points, which would have been huge at the end of the game. They could have kicked a field goal to, take back the lead and win.
Yeah.
But it was a good game, at least. Like, it was entertaining.
For most of it, yeah. I mean,
it's not like there weren't any like crazy big offensive plays. So it was a little bit underwhelming, I guess, in that department. But in terms of like a back and forth where, both teams were it was entertaining enough, I guess, is my point.
Yeah, I got the job done as far as Super Bowls go. Fair enough. It was better than last year.
It was like a lubed up hand job, You're not going to complain about it, but last year's Super Bowl was just like dry humping that never finished.
Exactly. Yeah, that whole game was a tease.
Gene Roddick.
That sounds sounds like the name of like a 1940s actress in old Hollywood.
Oh,
Gene Roddick for the second
actress.
picture.
Gene Roddick.
Oh man. Yeah, I mean, after the Eagles Patriots Super Bowl, I think everyone will feel a little underwhelming after that one.
Yeah,
that was probably like, in terms of, it wasn't the most dramatic ending, but in terms of just entertainment from start to finish, that might be the best.
Yeah, because the 49ers had a couple small tricky type plays early. One where Deebo Samuel was supposed to throw, but then he ran for a first down. But no Big Dick Nick touchdowns, no Tom Brady dropping wide open passes.
Yeah.
Ton of back and forth scoring in that Patriots Super Bowl.
Yeah, that was a fun one for people who like offense, which is most people. The real football fans want to see 13-3 Patriots Rams again. Shut up. Shut the fuck up. What are you talking about, you nerd? You don't actually like that. You just want to sound cool.
Yeah.
You just want to be different.
I really do enjoy watching like good defense, but I don't enjoy a boring game, and that's what that was.
We like a good Broncos defense, where like the defense is actually like
causing fumbles and scoring touchdowns and
and overtaking the best offense, like the best defense versus the best offense. Like that's pretty interesting.
Yeah,
but just ineptitude on both sides of the ball. That's not a good game. You're just boring. Very boring.
Are you worried about a dynasty in Kansas City, Will?
I don't know.
I think when you start to talk dynasty after one Super Bowl win, you, as a fan base, curse yourself.
Yes.
Which makes me think, as much as it looks like Mahomes is obviously a good enough quarterback where the Chiefs are going to win a lot of games and they can easily get back to the Super Bowl. But I think now it won't happen because Chiefs fans think it's going to.
Well, Chiefs fans on Twitter are always like, you jealous Broncos fans, get ready because this is going to be the next 15 to 20 to 25 years. Get used to it. It's like, okay, well, your most valuable player, Tyreek Hill, could go to jail tomorrow. Like Mahomes his leg could explode like Alex Smith, like the next time he steps on the field. To assume that anything is going to last longer than the foreseeable future is pretty arrogant. Everybody thought, Aaron Rodgers would go to 1 trillion Super Bowls.
It's true.
And you had the one. And it's different, too. It gets a lot different when you have to pay your quarterback. And
it gets tricky there. And who knows how long Andy Reid's going to coach.
Right.
He'll be back for the next, couple of years. But that's a big part of their offensive success outside of the fact that they just are, stacked with talent.
Yeah, we kind of said before the game that if Andy Reid wins, we'll retire all Andy Reid fat jokes, but
we lied.
It's not true.
We didn't even make it one episode after they won.
Nope. No, yeah. Tyreek Hill could get arrested. Mahomes could get injured. Andy Reid could fall victim to diabetes. lose his hands, not be able to call plays anymore.
Andy Reid is the silver lining in that. Like, I'm actually happy that he won a Super Bowl.
Okay, first of all, he's won a Super Bowl.
Yes, he won as an assistant. He's
won a Super Bowl. He's
but as a head
experienced
coach, as a goddamn head coach, he won a Super Bowl, Will. And he's likable. He is a likable guy. But that said, I'm trying to, Travis Kelce, for whatever reason, just rubs any non-Chiefs fan the wrong way.
I mean, I don't think it's for whatever reason. It's very plainly obvious. It's just a huge douchebag. But and then like people are like, that's not a controversial take. I don't think.
No, I mean,
people are like, well, if you know,
but I try to be a little more careful these days.
No,
not Will Keys. No, but like, you have the storylines of Tyreek Hill and Frank Clark, which
I mean, he's different than Tyreek Hill and Frank Clark.
Well, no, he's just loud and obnoxious.
Just an asshole.
They could legitimately be bad people off the field. Patrick Mahomes to me isn't like a dislikable quarterback, but there's nothing about Patrick Mahomes where I go, oh yeah, that I really like that guy. So I'm trying to like talk about it from a unexplainable sort of viewpoint. Like, I don't know, Drew Brees, like him. Aaron Rodgers, like him. Russell Wilson, I didn't like him, but then he sort of grew on me after his diarrhea tweet stuff.
I don't think his teammates like him, so.
So yeah, well, that's fine. Deshaun Watson, likable. Lamar Jackson, likable. It's just like Mahomes to me, I'm just like, eh.
Drew Lock, maybe the most likable quarterback ever.
He's turning into one.
He really is. Like, I didn't really know too much about him before like the Senior Bowl. Really care to. But no, he's a charismatic guy. He's the guy you want to lead your franchise.
Yeah, to me, Mahomes is like Daniel Jones. I have no negative or positive sort of feelings when I think about them.
I like Daniel Jones just because he got everybody talk shit about the Giants picking him at 6, and then he turned out to be really, really pretty good.
Yeah, decent.
His rookie season, aside from his crippling fumble issues,
right?
Which you might want to fix, and then he'll be really good. I thought like he could have won Rookie of the Year potentially. Let's talk about like the awards too. I didn't think anything was super controversial. Lamar Jackson was an obvious MVP pick. Nick Bosa was very clearly the defensive player or the defensive rookie of the year. Stephon Gilmore, I was cool with that. Kyler Murray, though, I didn't like that pick.
Oh yeah, who are the other offensive rookie candidates?
Well, you got Josh Jacobs, who I think would have been a fair pick.
Right.
AJ Brown on the Titans would have made sense. Daniel Jones. I mean, he missed a few games, but he threw like 25, 28 touchdowns maybe? I don't know. No, maybe not that many. But he had a good season, statistically at least, with a pretty poor roster and no one to throw to.
Yeah. I mean, I guess you could say that about Kyler Murray too.
I mean,
24 touchdowns.
It could have been Gardner Minshew.
Yeah.
24 and 12 for Daniel Jones.
Yeah.
No, Gardner Minshew was like – I was looking at his stats the other day, and he had –
yeah, Daniel Jones had better
now they don't want to tell me.
Passing numbers than Kyler Murray.
Yeah, Kyler Murray also had quite a few rushing touchdowns. But Gardner Minshew was 6-6, 7 yards to the attempt, 21 touchdowns, 6 picks.
Yeah, 3,200 yards. Yeah, he should have been in that conversation. I think you're
344 rushing yards as well.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what he can do if the team like commits to him and he's the starter. They've been kind of wishy-washy on it, but it seems like the thing to do.
I would Try it out. I would give it a good, honest try.
He's got that it factor on the field. He's got it off the field. We know that.
Absolutely, yeah. He's got it, but yeah. He's got it everywhere.
We saw it when when the Jags beat the Broncos. It's like a play is never dead with him, and he also is able to do that while being safe with the football, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, most of his turnovers came in like that one game against the Texans.
Yeah, he had a bad game
aside
as
from that,
a rookie, a 6th-round rookie big surprise.
Seriously.
But and the Texans, that was in London too, wasn't that game? Was that the London game? Yeah,
that was.
Which they will play 2 of their home games in London, which is interesting.
Really love the idea of Gardner Minshew spending a lot of time in Great Britain. Yeah.
Yeah, as long as he never wears pants, always shorts in London.
They don't wear shorts there unless it's like the absolute peak of the summer or they're on safari.
Well, he can change that.
Then they'll wear shorts, yeah.
He needs to Matt Patricia his London stay.
What the fuck else should we talk about?
Well, I wanted to talk about the Broncos coaching staff just a little bit because I'm cutting this from the episode I'm working on. But I liked your joke. So
Thank you.
But yeah, so Rich Scangarello is slated to fill some sort of offensive role with the Eagles.
Just something.
He'll be there. I think that's probably going to be good for him. But the Broncos now have the oldest / most experienced coaching staff at the top 6 coaching positions. They did a press conference or doing a press conference with Pat Shermer right now. So this is Fangio, Ed Donatel, Pat Shermer, Tom McMahon, Mike Munchak, and Bill Kolar. Average age of 59.7. And your joke. Do you want to read it or do you want me to read it?
I think I should read it, and then you do like a drum clap.
Okay.
From the Broncos top 6, I'm gonna do it like a night show host.
Right.
Here.
Like you're Dave Letterman reading your top.
Yeah. The Broncos top 6 of Fangio, Donatel, Shermer, McMahon, Munchak, and Kolar will average 59.7 years and 25.5 years of NFL coaching experience on opening day this season. That's easily the oldest and most experienced top end of an NFL coaching staff. Everybody keeps getting younger, and we get older. Sort of a Benjamin Button crossed with Dazed and Confused situation there. It's not really a punchline.
No, it's not a punchline.
One of those things that if I write, I know it'll be funny coming out of your mouth.
It's just a solid reference.
Yeah. Yeah,
girls keep getting older, but I keep getting older, but the girls stay the same with Benjamin Button. That never entered my mind, but it's a solid reference.
Yeah, we should start doing punchline style jokes in the videos.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of do sometimes.
Yeah, but I won't set up
punchline.
Yeah.
A lot of times in the script when we're writing and I can't think of what I want to say, I just put joke in bold for Will to come in later and write something.
Here's a joke. Joe
Woods going to the Browns as defensive coordinator.
Yes, so that. I didn't say which president. Yeah, so he's back as a defensive coordinator for the Browns.
Which is weird.
Another thing I wrote in the video.
Yeah?
It is weird. Woods was all right with the Broncos with a ton of talent. Probably could have been better if his unit didn't have to do all the heavy lifting for a perpetually bad offense. Fortunately, he's now in Cleveland, where every unit is bad, and the blame can be spread equally. Ba-da-da.
Yeah, it's like I just had to cut that shit from the episode because you start to realize, outside of Broncos fans, nobody gives a fuck about Joe Woods and Rich Scangarello.
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah. I think one more thing the NFL fans will care about, though. Antonio Brown.
Oh,
He
yeah.
is walking it back.
Yeah, on the
Walking
apology
it
tour.
right back.
Do you think he's on medication? That would be my question right now.
Possibly.
Because he is. What do you think his chances are playing?
That's a good question because he still has legal issues.
He has legal issues.
Seems like everybody forgot about that.
A lot of crazy shit, and every crazy thing he does. There's like one article where they go, Antonio Brown is definitely done, never coming back in the NFL after this thing.
That's not true.
I don't know.
That's just not true.
He is that good where he can get back in.
He's so good. He's so goddamn good that it does not make a difference.
They don't care. Really. The NFL don't give a shit. As long as he doesn't kill anybody. Well, even if he does kill somebody, if they know it can't be proven, they would let him play.
Probably. The Patriots will re-sign him. Let's be real.
Do they have the rights to him? No, I don't think so.
No, because
they waived him, right? Yeah. I mean, yeah, he's begged for their forgiveness. He's apologized to the Steelers. I mean, the Saints didn't take him, and they support pedophiles. So
yeah, literally.
What the fuck does? I think he's gonna get. I think if he doesn't do anything crazy all offseason, he'll get another chance. But I don't think anybody's gonna sign him until like.
He's got to prove it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we have not seen him like not do something crazy for an extended period for almost 2 years now. So.
Yeah, we got to have a larger sample size here.
Yeah, I agree.
So if that happens and the Patriots pick him up and Brady returns,
dude,
I might be for that, honestly.
Ooh,
just so we get the Chiefs a little more competition in the bum ass AFC.
Brady and Antonio Brown on the Raiders again, or Chargers?
Oh, man. Yeah, let's get them on the Chargers.
Yeah,
cut Keenan Allen's bald ass.
They're a wandering band of warriors. Those Chargers.
They really are. They really are.
Dude, this offseason is going to be crazy, though. I mean, if Brady goes to a different team. That's nuts.
I don't think it's going to happen, to be honest.
I think his chances I think there's a good chance he does, but the Patriots are now willing to pay him, so I think there's a good chance he returns to New England. I think
that sounds like a very un-Belichick move.
No, it sounds like it. Sounds like Robert Kraft said it.
Yeah, I don't think Belichick wants him back. I think Brady wants to be back, and I think Kraft needs him back.
So why wouldn't Belichick just get the fuck out of town? Like if you're the owner and your quarterback wants to return and he's not
the problem.
You got Belichick's replacement and Josh McDaniels sitting there. If I'm Robert Kraft, I move on from Belichick.
That's a weird one. I'm going to be honest.
It's the same as your GM not wanting your quarterback back.
Yeah, but the quarterback wasn't very good last year.
No, he's going to decline, but he was
$30 million at age 43.
The Patriots, if you get them one or two weapons on offense, they can legitimately make noise in the playoffs.
If we get prime Rob Gronkowski and Antonio Brown, mentally healthy Antonio Brown, perhaps. But I don't see it happening, really. I don't think it's going to suddenly get better.
No, I don't think.
He looked.
You're
old.
saying a lot of things, though. You don't think. What do you think Brady's going to do? He's not going to go back to the Patriots, and he's not going to sign anywhere else. Is that what you're saying?
I don't think it's likely that he goes anywhere else. I think he will be back. So I think it's been proven that Robert Kraft has final say in these matters. But then again, we've also known Bill Belichick to be someone who, if he doesn't, have the proper amount of authority, will grab a cocktail napkin and resign on it, effective immediately.
Oh, is that what he did that?
Yeah, with the Jets.
Oh, it was a cocktail napkin, huh?
It was a cocktail napkin, yeah.
Um,
drinking on the job.
I guess, okay, so I'm just trying to think about this. Because the Patriots don't have, if Brady goes, they don't have another quarterback, right?
No,
What's it?
we don't.
Who's their backup? Statham? Jason
Jared
Statham?
Stidham. Yes,
Okay.
Jason Statham from the
Uh,
University of Auburn. But no, there are options though.
there are a ton of free agent quarterback options.
That'll be like just as good. And I'm not even saying this joking this time. Like they'll be just as good as Brady was last year.
They could do it with Phillip Rivers. They really could.
Honestly, Rivers would be really good on that team. He's so good with like timing routes that
Yeah, and he wouldn't
he'd be
have
perfect.
– I don't feel like he would be forcing a lot of throws late in games.
Yeah, because they'd have the lead.
Rivers
So
would be
good at
good
throwing to
there.
running backs.
Ryan Tannehill would be good there. I think Tennessee will keep Tannehill, but
Yeah,
Teddy
they would.
Bridgewater would be really good there.
Andy Dalton.
Dalton would be decent there.
Yeah.
Fuck.
What about I don't think it's gonna happen. I don't think he's gonna start this season. Although I want him to get a fair chance, but Josh Rosen.
Chosen Rosen would be good there. Or at least you could argue he
think.
might be.
I mean, if he's not good there, he's not gonna be good anywhere.
No, you could say that about any quarterback.
Yeah, really.
I mean, yeah, they can. That's the thing. They do have options.
Taysom Hill.
He's not leaving the Saints.
Probably
Ooh.
not.
Taysom Hill and the Saints versus Lamar Jackson and the Ravens in Super Bowl 55. That would be fun.
I would love to see that.
Although I have to root against the Saints for a very long time now.
Yeah, I mean, Taysom Hill didn't.
No,
he's not a pedophile.
No, he's not. But they have
Let's
to be.
just clarify. Yeah, no one on the Saints is a pedophile. They just help pedophiles.
Yeah, they just help PR control for pedos. And it's just their PR team. Yes, Sean Payton's not a pedo. Drew Brees is not a pedo. Michael Thomas, Alvin Kamara,
Michael
not
Thomas
pedos. But like in terms of teams I'm going to have to hate next year, Saints probably have to be number one. Patriots, if they don't have Tom Brady, will be 3, and the Chiefs will be 2. That'll be my order of power hate.
I mean,
power hate sounds like an alt-right group.
Power hate. Yeah, power hate. Sounds like an alt-right band. Power hate. Sounds like a Sirius XM channel.
Yeah, drink power hate and join power hate.
Power hate 88.
Yeah, it's definitely an AM station.
88. Yeah.
So there's this dude who says he's gonna sue the NFL for the Super Bowl halftime show because of the sexiness, and so I'm writing about it in the episode. And what the fuck's the dude's name? Is Dave, not Damashek. It's Dave. He does have a podcast. What the fuck? Dave.
Frank
Daubenmire. Dave Daubenmire.
Okay.
And so I found his podcast, and I was like, oh, maybe I'll pull like a clip from the podcast to use in the episode.
Uh-huh.
And he is preaching some terrible hate. So he's not only was he complaining about the Super Bowl, I just clicked like 6.5 minutes into his episode, heard something like about penises. I was like, our genitals, men not knowing where to put their genitals. I was like, oh, this will be great. Recorded the clip while I went to the bathroom, came back and listened to it. And he was talking about homosexual men not knowing where to properly put their genitals and why that was bad. And he was just hating. Yeah. And I was like,
supposed to put it in the ear, ear canal.
I was like, this dude is nuts. Like, this is some terrible, terrible shit. How do I clear my history?
Yeah, who the fuck listens
to this guy?
It is sad that like he has an audience, but then again,
I don't think he does have much of an audience. His podcast had exactly 1 review.
Oh, okay, all right.
But then I was like,
good luck in his legal crusade.
He's complaining about gay men. He's complaining that the Super Bowl show was too sexy with women. I was like, this is just a guy who can't get laid.
This is a guy that's gay.
He's a gay. He's a closeted gay man who just hates sex because he never has any with men or women.
Right. Or
he was talking about the devil, or he's like a preacher, or I don't know what the fuck he is. But it just surprised.
Imagine talking to a girl and having to say that your name is Dave Daubenmire.
Dave Daubenmire.
That's such a shitty name.
I don't have marry you. A prison in my basement, if you get my drift. Oh God, Dave.
It's my Daubenmire cave.
But it was just like one of those things where I wasn't expecting to stumble upon hate speech.
Daubenmire itself would be a good first and last name combo, like that actor Breckenmeyer. But Dave Daubenmire, Daubenmire itself is a bad last name.
Anybody who listens to is there anybody who listens to this podcast also named Daubenmire that we have offended? That's what I want to know.
Oh man, I hope he wins. And we get really buttoned up Super Bowl halftime shows from now on.
Yeah, why wasn't he complaining about Adam Levine last year? Maybe he was.
Oh, he was too busy doing something else, watching Adam Levine. I hope we just get the 700 Club as the new halftime show. Just
straight up preaching to us.
Joel Osteen is doing the Super Bowl 55 halftime show from wherever the hell it is.
You know
Where is it, LA?
NFL halftime lacks good old-fashioned religion.
That's right, baby. I didn't even watch the halftime show. I played football in the front yard.
I saw some of it, and then I was preparing food.
Yeah. He had to make use of the waistband trick.
Yeah. The boner Tucker.
The Justin Tucker.
Okay, XFL this weekend. I did a video about the XFL, made a huge fuck up, saying Antonio Callaway might be the best weapon for the Vipers, not realizing he's already on IR. He's already hurt.
Vipers.
He's already hurt. That's unfortunate.
He would have been really good. I don't know why he's not on the Browns. Did he get into trouble?
They cut him mid-season for some disciplinary shit, I guess.
Yeah. That's too bad.
Let me tell you this, okay? Trying to find info about XFL is hard when 0 games have been played. There's no they've had like scrimmage games. There's not like covered preseason games. Roster information is dicey. It is not fucking easy. So I apologize for my mistakes that I made in the XFL video. I have decided I will root for the Vipers in the East. I'm leaning towards the Renegades of Dallas because I like their get up. Who are you going for, Will?
Yeah, I like the DC Defenders uniforms the best. Just a clean red and white. Although I will say that most of the uniforms are really, really bad, as are most of the names. Yeah,
well, the DC Defenders name is pretty questionable.
At least it's not the New Orleans Defenders.
The Defenders, Cardale Jones, right? He's going to be their quarterback. I think he's probably the most popular player people are kind of interested in, like, watching.
Yeah, I don't think he's very good, but
we're going to see.
He might be the best quarterback in this league. I don't know, man. I'm just glad we get another questionable pro football league.
Yeah.
Like last year, because I thought the AAF was a lot of fun.
It was fun.
While it was around.
I won't be able to watch the XFL like I watch the NFL. I'm going to try to watch some Saturday. I'll definitely watch Sunday.
Saturday, 2 p.m. Eastern is the first game?
Yeah. I hate that all the games are Saturday and Sunday. It's like, just put it on one day. Make a red zone XFL fucking show and do one primetime game. Like,
Sunday.
That's what we want is a red zone XFL. Like I would watch that. But last year, I think it was week 1 of the AAF, Mike Bercovici had his head nearly fucking taken off with a hit.
Yeah.
That, like, you're like, oh shit, there's some real football that happens in this league. I think people will be interested in it. I think somebody needs to get violently injured or a team needs to score like 60 plus points this weekend. And
wait, damn. So, okay, so get this. The season starts. All right, this Saturday, February 8th.
Yes, and it ends draft weekend.
Yeah, 10 weeks. And then, the playoffs are 1 week. It's basically the West and East championship games. Yep. So it's like skipping to the AFC and NFC championship. No bye. And then you go straight to the East versus West championship, Sunday, April 26th.
After the draft concludes.
Right after the draft?
Yeah, the draft goes that weekend.
Oh, yeah. It's this Thursday, Friday, Saturday, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah.
And then there's the XFL championship. Going to be a big, busy week for us, Will.
At 12 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah.
No, 3 p.m. Eastern. That would be 9 in the morning.
I don't think they should start this week. I think they should start like the first week of March.
Yeah, I think they should make us experience life without football for a little bit.
Yeah.
Just to build up our satiety. We want, we need a little more bloodlust before we can really invest in the XFL. Because I might need a good week off from football, but now I got to sit down and watch these probably bad games.
Now we got to watch these bad games so we can fucking write about it Monday and make a review episode.
Exactly. And these games are all early. The first game is at 11 Pacific time, 2 p.m. Eastern. And the latest games start at 2 Pacific time, 3 for you.
Yeah.
That's kind of weird. I like a little night football, which you don't get until, week 4. Games start at 7 p.m. Eastern. Okay.
So that's a 5 o'clock game my time. 4 years.
Week 5, we get 9 p.m. Eastern. Do these people not have, like, lights in their stadiums?
Don't know.
Is that why all the games are so early? Weird stuff, man.
Did you know who June Jones was, the coach?
That sounds familiar.
I guess he coached at Hawaii when was it Colt Brennan was there?
Colt Brennan, yeah.
Yeah. Because I made a joke about not knowing who the fuck June Jones was, and I got told.
Sounds like Jim Jones.
I got told.
They told you.
Told me who June Jones was. All right, yeah, we'll recap XFL next week.
Yeah, there's nothing we can really say about it at this point.
Free agency will be coming up. That will be big. So we're staying with the weekly format for now. At some point, we'll transition to every other week. I don't know when the fuck that will be, but thanks for listening. Bye.